Hey, what's going on guys, it's Ham here from the TNR channel, and today guys, what I'm going to be doing is if you've been keeping up to date with the channel, you will know that I've been doing a 4-day series of the Transformers films and reviewing them all one by one, and just taking a trip back in time, as I realised that I mostly just do superhero films, and nobody just wants all that, so I decided to just do the Transformers films, and today we move on to the last one, unfortunately, which is obviously Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. If you don't know what this series is about, just go to the first episode. I will leave a link to it in the description. Just go to the first episode and you will know. And then it explains what the whole series is about, why I'm doing this random sudden thing about Transformers. Anyway guys, also I want to mention, Declan pointed out to me yesterday when we were speaking after I'd uploaded the video that I did make a lot of mistakes with the characters from the film yesterday, and I did realise that I did afterwards. I mean, I do know a lot about Transformers, but not as much as Declan does, and Declan did correct me on like a few mistakes that I had made. I'm not going to do that today, as I've been researching these characters, and I've researched the whole new cast, all the actors, all the new Transformers, and the whole new team. So, without any further ado, let's get on to it. So first, the plot of Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. Now, Transformers Age of Extinction is set, I think it's 3 years, it could be 3 years after the Battle of Chicago, maybe a bit less. But I'm going to say 3 years. It's set 3 years after the Battle of Chicago, and the Autobots and Decepticons, just the Transformers race in general, have been completely cast out by the human race. The human race wants absolutely nothing to do with the Transformers, and they actually hunt them throughout the film because they see the Transformers as a threat, Autobots or Decepticons, good or bad. If you're a Transformer, you're a threat. So the humans work with the Transformer assassin known as Lockdown, who I will go on to later in the villain description. He's the main villain of the film, and he helps the humans to hunt down, track down, and kill all of the Autobots and Decepticons to make sure nothing like the Battle of Chicago ever happens again. Now, Cade Yeager, the main character of the film, the main human character of the film, he finds a destroyed truck, and that obviously destroyed truck is Optimus Prime. Now, Optimus Prime comes to life, and he explains how he's become weak. After he's become weak, and you can see that he's a completely changed character at the start of the film. He's like really weak, and he just can't do much, and he's fallen to pieces really. And Cade's family, all in all guys, basically Cade's family just gets involved with the Transformers and Optimus Prime, and then he works with the Autobots to save the world, I guess you could say. So yeah, guys, that's basically the overall plot for the film. Now, next you've got the actors. Now, the actors in Transformers 4, the three main people in this film were Mark Wahlberg as Cade Yeager, and you had Nicola Peltz as Tessa Yeager, and you had Jack Rayner, who just played Shane. We never got a last name for Shane, but Shane was basically Tessa's boyfriend throughout this film, and yeah, those three actors. Now, first Mark Wahlberg. Now, I think Mark Wahlberg he played his acting really well. Like, he acted it really well, but he got rid of all the cheesiness that come with Shia LaBeouf's acting. Like, he was a lot more useful than Shia LaBeouf was in the films. But I just like Shia LaBeouf a lot more. His character, I just liked him a lot more. I liked Cade Yeager, just not nearly as much as Sam Witwicky, and that's sort of the reason why Transformers 4 Age of Extinction kind of dropped a bit in my eyes. It wasn't as good as Micheal Bays' original 3. And, yeah, I liked this character, just not nearly as much. Nicola Peltz as Tessa Yeager, you know, she was like Carly in Transformers 3. She was a good actor. She was better than, Megan Fox as Michaela. She was better than her. I wouldn't quite say she was as good as Rosie as Carly, but you know, she was fine. You know, as Declan likes to say, she was fine. So yeah, guys, those are the actors. And oh yeah, sorry, Jack Rayner, Shane. I like this character. I think his character was quite funny. He was a bit humorous, and he was actually quite under the humour aspect of the human part of the film. So yeah, now on to their characters. Now I've talked about their acting, but I have not actually talked about their characters. So Cade Yeager's character, I went in a bit of detail with him, but Cade Yeager's character, I liked. He just wasn't quite Sam Witwicky for me. Tessa Yeager, you know, like I said, she was fine. She wasn't amazing, but like I did say about Rayner, I really did like his character. I thought it was really funny. He was really witty at times, and I just really did think he was funny and just good. Next, you have the villain. Now, the main villain of Transformers: Age of Extinction is Lockdown. Now, Lockdown, he's never mentioned in the previous 3 films, but Lockdown is supposedly just the assassin of the Transformers race. So he stands as a assassin being, and he just goes around and helps the humans destroy any Transformers in exchange for a seed. Now, seeds can create transforming being life, and that's what he fights for. And he ends up giving the humans a seed so they can create their own Transformers, and that's what the humans are doing in this film. They try to create their own Transformers, and I will go on to that in the characters. But yeah, the main villain, I really enjoyed Lockdown's character. I thought he was really good. I think he was probably, besides Sentinel Prime, I'd say he's probably the most vicious villain Optimus has actually had to fight. He proved the most challenging for Optimus. He had him near death. I mean, I know Megatron killed him in the second film, but that was kind of by luck. But Lockdown, you can see throughout the film that Lockdown is actually a lot of a better fighter than he is. But towards the end, obviously, Optimus wins. But yeah, Lockdown was a very good villain, I thought, and I think he was really good. Now, next you have the heroes. Now, the new Transformers team consists of Optimus Prime, voiced by, obviously, Peter Cullen, as we know. He's obviously been with the team a long time. Bumblebee, he's been with them a long time. Ratchet, unfortunately, gets killed, and his death scene's so sad. I didn't like how he died. You also have Hound. I thought Hound was a really funny character. I love this character. I call him Bloodhound just because of how much he's obsessed with guns and death and killing other people. I love this character. He was represented as like a Russian killer. Oh, I loved him. A Russian Transformer. Oh, he was so funny. He was probably my favourite out of the new team. You have Crosshairs, who, if you don't know who Crosshairs is, he's like the green one of the team. I loved Crosshairs. I think, he was funny. He was really cocky towards his other team members. And he was like another jokester of the team. And I really liked him. Drift. Now, if you don't know who Drift is, he's like the ninja sort of one. He's the one that's represented as a ninja throughout this film. The one that calls Optimus Prime Sensei. In the comics, Drift was actually once a Decepticon Deadlock, but he actually changed back. He actually changed sides, if you didn't know that. But in this film, he is represented as an Autobot from the start, and I really enjoyed Drift's character. I thought he was really cool, really badass, and I really enjoyed. All in all, I love the new team. The 3 new members. The 3 new members I loved, like Drift, Crosshairs, and Hound. I love their characters, and I thought the new team was actually really well done. You also saw Brains as well, but he was sort of just like a side character. You see him locked up, getting tortured for evidence by for Galvatron. So yeah, not really a big part of the film. Now Galvatron, if you guys now Galvatron, he is the reincarnated version of Megatron. Now they take Megatron's head and his data, and they import everything. Obviously, at the end of Dark of the Moon, that Optimus Prime actually cuts off Megatron's head. So they managed to recover that from Chicago, and they feed all the data into Galvatron's new built body. And he actually becomes a new version of Megatron, Galvatron. So Galvatron is basically Megatron. I didn't really like that. I think Transformers just need to let go of Megatron now. I know he's one of the most loved Decepticons going, but they need to let go of Megatron now. They've kept him on for too long. He was the main villain in the first film, and he was like the second main villain in all the other films. And I just didn't like it. I think they need to let him go now, personally. But yeah, that was Galvatron. Stinger. Now Stinger is Stinger and Galvatron both have Autobot counterparts that they are supposed to look like. Galvatron was modelled off of Optimus Prime, but kept looking like Megatron, and Stinger was obviously modelled off Bumblebee. If you actually look at Stinger and Bumblebee, you can actually see the resemblance in like their helmets, like not their colours, but like their helmets and the way they are. You can see the resemblance between the two characters. I thought Stinger was a really cool character. Like, I loved his car. He's so good. The Pagani Hawara. That car is amazing. I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's a Pagani, and I absolutely love that car. It's amazing. But yeah, I absolutely adore that car. John Keefe, he was, if you didn't know who he was the one that disguised as a garbage truck, you know, nothing really much there. And then obviously you have Lockdown, but I've already had a section about him. And the Dinobots were also in this film, which I love, because I absolutely love the Dinobots from the comics and the TV shows that I've watched and read. But Grimlock, he was like the main leader of the dinosaurs. He was the one that Optimus Prime rides. But I absolutely loved. He is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, if you don't know, and he is basically the robot version of that. He was so good. You also have Scorn and Slug, who really look really cool, and you have Strafe. But yeah, that's basically that. Now, yeah, that's basically the heroes section, just the new characters section. If I was to... Alright, so my personal opinion. Sorry guys, I went off a bit track there. Next, my personal opinions. Now, my personal opinions of Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. I thought the villain was great. I thought the new characters such as Stinger and Galvatron, I love them. I love the idea of the Dinobots. I just love the idea of all of that. I just loved it. I thought it was really well done. And yeah, so I love the idea of the film. The new cast, however, if Sam Witwicky would have been in this film, I feel I would have enjoyed the film 10 times more than I already did. I don't know whether you guys will think badly about me, but I love Sam Witwicky and his crew because I thought they were really funny. But yeah, I really like those characters, and I just think it's a bit of a shame that you can't see them again. Hopefully they may return as cameos, or just even just anything in future films. I would love to see Shia LaBeouf reprise his Sam Witwicky role again at some point. Like I said, even if it's just in a little cameo or just a poster or just anything, so we can just remind ourselves of the original three. Rate out of 10. Now, if I was to give Transformers Age of Extinction a rate, I would probably give it a 7.5 like I give the first one. Simply because of the fact that, like the first one's the weakest in my eyes, followed by this, then Dark of the Moon, then Revenge of the Fallen. Now, I would say this is the second to last weakest, because I love the film, don't get me wrong. I loved how, I mean, the seriousness was good at times, but I just, I do have a soft spot for the original, like, cheesiness and the acting and all that. But yeah, maybe that's just me. So yeah, if I was to give it a rate, 7.5 out of 10, which is still a high score, I think. But I think if they would have just got the original cast, it would have been better. But anyway, guys, that was my review for Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. If you enjoyed it, why not give a like or a subscribe? If you're new here as well, give a subscribe, like, anything, comment us, tell me how we can improve. Just anything is fine. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this episode from TNR, and we hope you join for the next one. Goodbye, guys.